Morning. Walk with me for a few minutes. So I'm thinking about heroes and what it means to be a hero right now, because we all know the world needs some heroes. But I think that maybe for many of us, our perception or impression of what a hero is, at least at this point in time, may be a little off and maybe a little skewed. So I want to talk about heroes, the ones that are stepping up, the ones the world needs, and maybe how all of us, including you, can be one. Would love to see who's out there. If you guys are catching this live, always am intrigued by who's tuning in. I appreciate you guys giving me your time, the most valuable thing we have. And I always love to see who's engaged. Matter of fact, go ahead and drop a comment below. Give me a high five emoji, little hand emoji. If you're catching this live right now, would love to say hello back. And if you catch the replay or the recording, give me a thumbs up, because I want to know who's catching the recording and who's catching live. Take a minute, drop a comment below. Don't be shy. Would love to say hello back and see who's going to collaborate today with me on this conversation about heroes. You guys, let me first kind of set the context and just share my understanding of what's going on, with the giant warning and giant disclaimer that I am no way an expert, nor am I even the most informed. I'll admit that I'm not the one glued to all the news sources right now. I'm not the one reading, every tweet, every article, every video. I'm plugged into some sources I trust. They give me facts and information so I can be educated. But I'm probably one of the bottom of the list if you're looking for someone that's plugged in and getting every piece of information they can right now. So I'm just going to give you my understanding, and you guys tell me if my understanding is even accurate. So here are my understanding of the situation we're all in right now. We obviously have a virus that seems to be unlike many that we faced before. It's a virus that seems to be growing faster, right, than we're used to for many reasons. This thing is durable. It's easy to pass from person to person. It seems to be staying on things like metal for long periods of time, which for whatever reason at the end of the day means this thing is really contagious, easily transferred, and growing faster than we'd like and faster than we want. Is that at least an accurate summation, minus all of the details on how and why and what that I'll leave to the experts to sort out, as I know they're working toward? So we have a virus that's growing fast. The second thing I understand is we have an infrastructure challenge ahead of us. And by infrastructure, I mean just our health infrastructure. In other words, our infrastructure around the country, infrastructure around the world, on how we're going to be able to respond and help people through this situation. And by infrastructure, I just mean, simply things like physical locations. There's only so many physical places, hospitals. Now we're setting up public facilities to serve as locations to help and serve, but there's only so many physical locations that we have. There's only, a finite amount of kind of supplies, right? And supplies might be, obviously everybody's talking about mass, and I'm not going to make a toilet paper joke. But real supplies, like supplies that our health professionals need. I'm sure there's a long list of things that our health professionals would be more equipped to explain what the needs are than I would. But I look at it simply and say, well, there's a lot of things that are going to need to help people, and those are in a finite amount. And even expertise, right? There's only so many people that are trained to serve and to help. And I'm sure the list goes on, guys, in terms of finite resources. But when I say infrastructure, we can stop the list there of just physical places, materials, and expertise. And the challenge that I see is, or at least I'm hearing, is that math is not on our side. So if we have a virus that seems to be going very, very quickly, we're going to have, obviously, an infrastructure problem. So the way I see this is there's kind of like two groups of people right now, and we all fall into one group or the other. So first group are people that can actually have a direct impact to a solution, right? And these people are stepping up in a major way. We all got to send our love, our strength, our prayers, our positive vibes, our intention in the direction of people like our first responders on the front lines, all of our health professionals that are stepping up, all of our, people that are leaning in, that have expertise, that are able to support, everybody that's an essential, business in need that's now having to work around the clock to continue to serve. So guys, there's people that have a direct impact. Obviously, all of the scientists and the experts that I'm sure are working around the clock right now to find a solution. And I'm sure there's many more. Who else would you guys put into kind of group A, which is the group that can make like a direct impact to solving a problem? Like we need them to roll up their sleeves, be out there on the front line to solve the problem. Maybe drop some comments below. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of professions, but I see that as group A, people that can make a direct impact to the solution. And then there's the other group, group B, which is basically everybody else, right? And everybody else who's not making a direct impact to a solution, our only job right now is to buy group A time. That's the way I see it. Buy group A time. And obviously that's why we are getting all the precautions of self-isolation, social distancing, stay away from other people, don't touch metal, essentially do everything we can to slow down the spread of the virus. Because number one, if you can not get it and stay healthy, that's ideal. Number two, because if you don't have it, you can't give it to other people. But really, why? Number three, so we can flatten the curve of growth. So that way, our infrastructure holds, and the amount of physical places, the amount of materials, the amount of people are able to help the most amount of people possible. It comes down to math, right? Am I oversimplifying, or is this kind of a logical way to look at it? So let's talk about heroes. If there's two groups right now, in my opinion, there's a couple kinds of heroes, right? We have heroes that maybe we know are heroes right now and we should be celebrating. The ones that are putting themselves at risk every day to help others, our first responders, our healthcare professionals, people serving, right? These are heroes and they need to be celebrated. Matter of fact, let's celebrate with some love below. If you know anybody that right now is a hero, that is stepping up, that is serving, that is helping, that is out there making a direct impact, give them a tag below, give them some love. I'd like to acknowledge them and celebrate them. And we should be doing that every single day and supporting them. And those guys are heroes. And I think most of us would assume that. But here's where I want to make a shift. You guys, the other group, group B, you can be a hero too. But the challenge in understanding this is it's maybe shifting your perception of what a hero is. See, we're taught a hero has to take risk. We're taught a hero has to, put everybody else first. We're taught a hero, right, has to, put themselves in harm's way for the betterment of others. Insert any comic book, movie, Marvel character, right? The heroes that we're used to growing up with and studying, we're conditioned to think that we have to put everybody else before us. We have to put ourselves in harm's way for the betterment of the world. We have to save the day. And guys, that is the opposite. Listen to me. That is the opposite of what the second group needs to do right now to be a hero. See, there's a big difference right now. You putting yourself in harm's way isn't just about you. So even if you want to go outside and help, even if you want, right, to take care of somebody you care about, even if you want, right, to put yourself in the public eye, even if you want to sacrifice, right, because you think it's noble to sacrifice yourself for the sake of others, you're missing the point. You protecting yourself protects yourself. But in the case of a virus, guys, you protecting yourself protects everyone else. You see, the most selfish thing that I think you can do right now is try to play the hero and take an action that puts yourself and others at risk. Morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
And I want you guys to let that sink in for a second. Nobody wants to be the person that affects or infects another person. The worst thing you can do is put yourself in a situation where maybe, you're infected and you don't even know it. A lot of you probably fall into a category where you could very well be infected and not know it. Maybe you're healthy, you have a great diet, you exercise, your immune system is strong. Maybe you fall into the category they're talking about that you might not even know. Don't pretend to be a hero thinking you're helping others, when in turn you're actually putting the people around you, and even worse, maybe the people you care about most, at risk. Nobody wants to be the person that infects another person. Now, guys, no guilt to those out there that don't know and maybe are. They don't know. I'm not here to judge, and I'm not here to create a emotion of guilt. It's negative energy. What I am here to do is maybe get us to shift the script and think a different way. That if you're in group A, be the hero, we need you. Step up and help. If you're in group B, be the hero we need you to be. And stay home, self-isolate, take the precautions, keep yourself physically away, right, until we get further instructions. But just because you're not in physical proximity doesn't mean you can't use probably the greatest strength you have right now, which is your voice. And you guys, your voice is strong. Words are weapons, and we can fight against both the virus and fight against everything that comes wrapped around. And I'm not talking about fat, I'm talking about fear, I'm talking about anxiety, I'm talking about depression, I'm talking about panic, I'm talking about uncertainty. And the biggest weapon we have against all of those right now is the power of our voice. And you can do that with a phone and a video, right? While you're by yourself, while you're at home. And that's what the world reads right now, is people taking a positive stand, sharing facts, not fear, sharing education, not wrapped around hyperbole, but information, right, to equip, and sharing positive stories of what's happening right now. Human beings connecting, human beings stepping up, the resilience that we have, people taking a stand, the heroes, both on the front lines and the heroes, you know, behind a video screen or on the other end of a phone or FaceTime or Zoom right now. The world needs heroes. So guys, there's my thoughts on today. I think right now the world needs heroes, and I think everyone, including you, can be a hero. If you're on the front lines, my prayers are with you every day. We need you. We believe in you. We know you'll lead us through this. And for everybody else, be a hero and stay home and use your voice for yourself and others. Have a great day, everybody.